Hello, I'm Patrick Chapin, and I'm joined with the champ. How you doing from Saturdays, from the first Saturday event?
I'm doing pretty good. It was a good weekend.
That's fantastic. You played. Tell us a little bit. First, tell us about yourself and the deck you played this weekend.
So I'm Jacob Tobey from Denver, Colorado, and I played Kibler's Green-Red Aggro list this weekend.
Now that's a base green deck with just a little bit of red in it, right?
Yeah.
For Hell Riders, Thundermob.
Hell Riders, Thundermob, Hellkite, and not Flint of War, and Gorkland is basically the red.
Oh, okay. Now, this isn't just a traditional red aggro deck, though, right? Like full of burn spells.
No, it's very creature based around Domri. I'm running 29 creatures to hit with Domri.
How different is the way the deck plays out compared to, like, for instance, a red aggro deck?
I felt like I was a lot more controlling. Like against the aggro decks, I felt like I was the control matchup. I would sit there with Hell Rider or something and ping him for a couple of turns, and then just have my Thundermaw sitting on defense sometimes. And then the Thundermaw often came in just to finish the game when I needed him.
So, did it sometimes seem like your deck was and for those first, real quick, just for those not familiar, do a quick rundown of your creatures. You know, just starting from the smallest all the way up to the biggest.
Okay. So I'm running 4 Arbor Elves, 2 Elvish Mystic. And then I have, in my 2-drops, I have 4 Stranglerootgeist and 4 Flint.
All right, Magic players, welcome to round number 7.
3-drops.
You have 50
I don't think I run any 3-drops. Domri Rade. And then the 4-drops, Hellrider and Gorklam. And then Thundermaw at 5.
Oh, and then also the Ooze at 2.
Ooze at 2. Ooze is at 2.
And then your only removal outside of, like, dueling with Domri Rade is Mizium Mortars. Is that correct? In the main deck, anyway.
In the main deck, yeah. Mizium Mortars is the only thing there besides Rampager to get rid of other creatures.
And just like if a controlling deck, doesn't play blue, it ends up looking very, very different. Like a mono black control deck isn't really the same kind of archetype as a blue control deck. Here we see an aggro deck that, even though it has red, isn't really a red aggro deck because of the lack of burn.
Yeah.
Is it safe to say that it feels more like a green-white creature deck? It just so happens that that your creatures have haste instead of being bigger.
Yeah, I felt like it was, instead of just going big with a white creature, I'm just having haste to just come in and close out the game.
Absolutely, and one of the big reasons to play the sideboard, from what I've been hearing from people, to play the deck, from what I've been hearing from people, is one of the sideboard cards, Burning Earth.
Yeah, Burning Earth was amazing. Every time I played that game, I felt incredibly far ahead.
Oh, okay, that's excellent. Now, what did you change compared to what have you done different than what Kibler played at the World Championships?
Let's see. I have a Gruul Guildgate as opposed to a Kessig Wolfrun in my deck.
Just to make the mana a little more stable?
I had a little bit of problem hitting double red for Thundermaw when I needed him.
Okay.
So I figured I might as well hedge, and Wolfrun was always good when I played it, but it wasn't ever amazing.
Sure.
And then I think the rest of my main deck is the same as his that he ran there.
And then out of the sideboard?
Out of the sideboard, I had 3 Volcanic Strengths to help deal with the mirror matchup, and Jund as well. And then I had a Garruk Relentless to deal with just random mana dorks and just another way to try to grind out opponents.
All right, very, very cool. Anything you would do different in the future, or do you think the deck's still a good call in the metagame? I mean, you won the tournament yesterday.
Yeah. I feel like the deck's still a good call, and I feel like the mirror matchup's kind of important. Like, I tried Fog today, and it didn't work amazingly, but I feel like there's something that would break open the mirror matchup.
Interesting. All right, so there you have it. I mean, a deck like this, by the way, is an important one to study because it's not as straightforward as a lot of red aggro decks. It is actually kind of rides the line between 2 different archetypes. One is the classic Kibler style. Whenever Kibler plays red decks, like he top-8 in Chicago many years back, his Wrath the Awakener deck, which did not feature very much burn. Like that deck, this deck doesn't feature very much burn, just a few Mizium Mortars. But then it also has some elements of almost a white weenie approach, where you just are throwing out tons and tons of creatures and just bashing your opponent. But at the end of the day, it still is it's mostly a red aggro deck, just a little bit different of a variation. And finding where 2 of the different archetypes overlap is one of the important skills to understanding the different types of decks that come out, because many decks are not exactly one deck. They're often going to be hybrids between 2, as talked about in Next Level Deck Building. But anyway, hey, congratulations this weekend, Tobey.
Thank you.